Construction News Tracker is presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. Recent hiccups in the economy with an inversion of bond rates and drops in major indices has raised concern in the construction industry. ABC Chief Economist Anirban Basu says that every economic expansion has been followed by a recession, and looking at conditions on the ground, it is likely will not happen this year. Basu goes on to say that 2020 could be problematic for the broader economy and 2021 for a significant number of contractors. Despite the fact that the construction season is in full operation, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that construction employment in July was relatively flat, with only 4,000 new jobs added to job roles. Seasonally adjusted for July, year-over-year construction employment rose 2.8%. Construction unemployment now remains below 10% nationwide, while the national rate is at 3.8%. The results of a special survey by the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Housing Market Index have been analyzed. It explains plenty why the home building industry has experienced labor and subcontractor shortages nationwide. Contractors say the shortage of framing crews is 83%, citing little change from last year. Labor shortages across 14 occupations in home building were unchanged from 2018 and overall caused labor shortages by 69% of home builders, the highest number on record. Home building construction fell 4% in July, held back by worker shortage and Affordable Land Act, according to the Commerce Department. The seasonally adjusted rate was 1.19 million units. Housing starts have declined by 3.1% this year. Single-family home building rose 1.9% in July, while multifamily building was off by a staggering 17.2%. The construction report indicates that going forward, the focus may be on apartments. Las Vegas is in the midst of a building boom with both private and public projects underway. The most expensive public works event is its Neon Highway build, a $1 billion widening of Interstate 15. Along 20 miles of new HOV lanes have been completed. Nevada DOT says 4,000 jobs were created with the Neon project, adding 64 miles of lanes of concrete and asphalt and 29 new bridges in the 3-year build. Meanwhile, at the south end of the strip, the final steel beam in the structure of the new Alliant football stadium to house the Las Vegas Raiders has been put in place. Now about 65% complete, the $1.8 billion structure expected to be ready for fans by opening day of 2020. The 12% gallon gas tax, bonds, and other measures imposed in California 2 years ago is now generating an estimated $14.6 billion in transportation funds over the long haul. Caltrans has $5.4 billion annually to invest in roads and bridges, and the agency says it intends to repair over 17,000 lane miles, 500 bridges, and 55,000 culverts by 2027. The state agency says the last time repairs of this magnitude occurred was back in the 90s, when California doubled its gas tax to 18 cents per gallon. Richmond, Virginia is poised to undertake a massive downtown rehabilitation program said to be the largest economic development ever. The city plans to develop 21 acres of public land anchored by a new 17,000-seat city arena and a $1.5 billion program. Overall, the plans call for new housing, commercial development, retail, and a new hotel. The need for even larger convention centers is in the construction forefront as major cities are engaged in new development. Balfour Beatty has been tabbed as the design-build lead of a $1 billion expansion of the Broward County complex in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It'll add 525,000 square feet of meeting space, plus a new 29-story hotel. In Las Vegas, that city has just placed the final truss on its new 600,000 square foot West Exhibition Hall, and a $1.4 billion expansion of the complex expected to be completed in 2021. Progress is being made in a National Coast Guard Museum complex to be built at New London, Connecticut. The first bid's expected to be awarded within days for the estimated $100 million project. AZ Construction selected as the design-build contractor for the 5-story, 80,000 square foot interactive museum on the New London waterfront. 48 of the $100 million needed already has been raised for the project, expected to be a federal facility when completed. In closing, nothing derails a train of thought more effectively than listening to a person with a one-track mind. This is Construction News Tracker, looking over the industry that makes the world a better place. Presented by Caterpillar and produced by forconstructionpros.com. Follow us on social media at Twitter using hashtag Construction News, YouTube at forconstructionpros, and on Facebook at /forconstructionpros, as the streaming web never ends.
Construction News Tracker is presented by Caterpillar and produced by forconstructionpros.com.